Wolves of the Shiba Inu, the crypto world just went crazy. You won't believe this, but Shiba Inu may now come with jail time. Do you believe it? That news is really crazy. It's almost hard to believe. The crypto world has gone crazy, and if you're still hanging on to Shiba Inu, you could go to jail right away. Yes, it's like, oh my god, what the heck is going on? First, let me explain. Welcome to Dr. Crypto, your daily serving of Shiba. This is the spot for you if you're curious about anything related to Shiba. If you want to keep informed about all the latest news forecasts and stay ahead of the curve in the crypto industry, subscribe. To get more SHIB news, be sure to click the like button. 2 years ago, the cryptocurrency community was scared of a strict regulatory bill. Fast forward to now, and it looks like their worst fears came true. A new rule was approved that requires large cryptocurrency transactions to be reported and sender information to be given to the Internal Revenue Service, IRS. There are now a lot of questions in the crypto community about how to understand and apply this legal move. According to a recent study of a change to the U.S. Internal Revenue Code, anyone dealing or doing business with cryptocurrencies in the U.S. must now tell the IRS about any deals worth more than $10,000. One of the experts has been asked to explain what this new development, which started on January 1, means. The expert stresses that people who receive cryptocurrency amounts totaling $10,000 or more, either in a single transaction or a series of linked transactions, must quickly give the IRS all the information they need within 15 days. Not following the rules could lead to possible crime charges. The sender's name, address, and social security number must be given, along with the amount received, the date of the transaction, and what kind of transaction it was. How does that sound? What did you say about decentralization and privacy? That doesn't look like it. As things stand, there seems to be a disconnect between the ideas we associate with autonomy and privacy and the real world. The main idea behind this bill seems to go against the very ideas of decentralization and privacy by making people report large cryptocurrency transactions and giving personal information to the IRS. This seems to go against the basic ideas of decentralization. A decentralized system usually means that it is independent and not controlled by a single group. However, the need to report transactions adds a level of oversight and centralization. Also, asking for personal information like names, addresses, and social security numbers goes against the idea of privacy that is often linked to Bitcoin deals. The main thing that makes cryptocurrency appealing is that it gives users some protection and freedom in their financial transactions. However, the bill's clauses seem to go against this by requiring private information to be shared, which lowers the level of financial privacy that was intended. The contrast is especially interesting because secrecy and anarchy are so important in the Shiba Inu community. One of the main developers working on Shiba Inu always talks about how important anarchy is and how it affects everyone. In Shiba Inu, the focus on autonomy is not just a matter of taste. It comes from the idea that decentralization gives people more power by spreading control and impact across the network. Shiba Inu's focus on autonomy shows that they want to create a community-driven and welcoming space. But the new regulatory bill seems to be another problem for Shiba Inu's plan to make things less controlled. The bill says that purchases must be reported and personal information must be shared. This seems to go against the idea of decentralization that Shiba Inu supports. This change in regulations could make it harder for Shiba Inu to achieve independence. It also shows how regulatory control and the goals of some autonomous coin projects are at odds with each other. Shibarium, a Layer 2 scaling option for Shiba Inus, was just released and is a big question going around in the Shiba Inu community. Remember that the Shiba Inu development team said they would turn 70% of the money they made from gas fees into Shiba Inu and then burn it. A lot of people are interested in this promise, especially since the amount given out passed $1 million USD in just 4 months. But there is now a lot of doubt because the IRS is going to be around soon after the new regulatory bill was introduced. Now people in the community are wondering how the Shiba Inu growth team is going to keep their burn claims when the government might look more closely at them. When legal requirements and the promise to spend a big chunk of income come together, it makes things more complicated and leads to questions and talks about the project's terms. But even though the government bill is another problem for Shiba Inu, the coin has been a big part of its growth, has shown that it can handle problems no matter what. Shiba Inu have a history of being good at getting through tough situations without getting hurt. The community's strong loyalty, the project's ability to change, and the leadership's planned approach to dealing with problems could all explain its endurance. Recent changes to the rules may be a problem, but Shiba Inu have shown in the past that they can handle such problems well. The coin has shown that it can change with the times, find answers, and stay on track, even when outside forces try to stop it. These tough qualities may give Shiba Inu fans hope that the project can weather the storm and keep working toward independence, even though new rules are making things harder. We should know that in the world of Bitcoin, the path of great projects is often paved with roadblocks and problems. Overcoming problems is an essential part of creating something important and new. Each problem that is faced and solved is like a building block that makes the project stronger and more durable. The story of how a project grew and changed is incomplete without the tales of problems that were solved along the way. Through these tests, the project's skills and drive are shown. Every problem that is solved gives the project a chance to show how flexible it is and how strong its community and leadership are. To put it simply, problems are not a sign of weakness. They are an important part of making a great project happen. By conquering problems, a project shows what kind of person it is, proves to the public that it is strong, and becomes a major player in the constantly changing cryptocurrency world. There is, however, something else that is very important to talk about. Recently, someone on Twitter asked an interesting question. Why does the IRS need to be involved with cryptocurrencies? This is particularly true when you consider that the SEC has always been cautious around cryptocurrencies. It is well known that the SEC has concerns about cryptocurrencies, which makes the legal situation quite interesting. The SEC is about to make a decision on the first digital ETF, which will be for Bitcoin. This makes the question even more interesting. If the choice is accepted, it could be a big change that brings tens of trillions of dollars into the cryptocurrency market. In this case, the user's question suggests that the IRS bill might only make sense when the cryptocurrency market is more established and accepted, especially since an ETF for Bitcoin might soon be approved. Some people think that the IRS bill and other legal steps could be preparing for a more popular and controlled crypto market, which could be shown by the possible approval of a Bitcoin ETF. This mix of regulatory changes brings up some interesting questions about how the dynamics are changing and how different regulatory bodies are interacting in the Bitcoin area. I'm really confused. What's the point for officials to spend time and money on crypto rules if a Bitcoin ETF won't be approved in the end? It does not make sense. It doesn't make sense for them to be working on rules like the IRS bill unless they're looking forward to a big step forward, like getting approval for a Bitcoin ETF. I believe that approving a Bitcoin ETF would be a turning point that would allow the crypto market to become more popular and allow institutions to join. It makes you wonder why officials are trying to control the crypto area if they weren't getting ready for this change. There seems to be an expectation that the crypto market needs more regulation in order to become more developed and accepted. The current legal efforts may be part of a larger plan. But what do you think about that? The day is over now. Remember to give it a big thumbs up. To see our most recent material, share it and subscribe to the channel.